1994. I was living in Green.
Was 20 at the time of the crime, was ID'd by the victim. His car matching the description
New
of the
DNA
suspect.
evidence identifies two other men who committed the 1994 rape and kidnapping he was in prison for.
On the night of July 10, 1994, sometime shortly before 10 p.m., a 35-year-old woman was kidnapped from her apartment building in Waukegan, Illinois, and driven about a mile away where she was raped by two men. After the attack, the victim reached a gas station and called the police. Police obtained an initial description of the attackers from the victim. She described them as two Hispanic men, both about 25 years old, medium weight, slightly taller than her, with dark hair. She described the car as a dark-colored, late model, four-door sedan with tinted windows. Police then took action and went to the victim's apartment building to search for evidence later that night. The victim's boyfriend arrived and spoke with police, who gave him a general description of the attacker's car. From approximately 50 feet away, the victim's boyfriend then saw Angel Gonzalez's car pulling out of a parking area on another side of the building. Gonzalez, who was visiting his girlfriend who lived in the same apartment complex as the victim on the day of the attack, Gonzalez had said he and his girlfriend, Karina Cantu, spent the evening in an apartment watching television with Karina's sister. After the victim's boyfriend pointed out Gonzalez's vehicle, the police could only obtain his license plate number. After dropping his girlfriend off at home, Gonzalez was stopped by an officer on the road, who approached Gonzalez's car with a spotlight and his gun already drawn. When Gonzalez asked the officer why he had been stopped, he was only told that his car matched the description of a vehicle that was used in a crime that night. Gonzalez was handcuffed and placed in the officer's car. Later, Gonzalez was convicted of aggravated sexual assault and aggravated kidnapping, and he was sentenced to 40 years in prison. This was due to eyewitness misidentification, false confessions or admissions, and poor forensic work. In August 2012, the Innocence Project opened Gonzalez's case in order to conduct additional DNA testing. The new state attorney agreed to the testing immediately. Testing done on multiple pieces of evidence, such as the victim's shorts, the victim's tampon, which was removed by the attacker, and sperm from the rape kit, revealed two distinct male DNA profiles, both of which excluded Gonzalez. Gonzalez only served 20 years out of his 40-year sentence. Angel Gonzalez was proven innocent by DNA testing and released from prison in March 2015. He went on to tell his story on many media platforms and is now currently a member of the Innocence Project Exoneree Advisory Group.
To the Innocence Project here in New York.
According to Brian Stevenson in his TED Talk, we need to talk about an injustice he shares about the hard truths about America's justice system, starting with a massive imbalance along racial lines. Brian states, 50 to 60% of all young men of color in jail or prison. This goes back to Angel Gonzalez's case as him being Mexican with little knowledge of English and his conviction. In the Innocence Project statistics on DNA exonerations, it states, 84% misidentification cases involved misidentification from eyewitness surviving victims. 70% out of the 84% of misidentified suspects are proven innocent through DNA testing. This all connects to what I have been taught in my criminal justice class about the importance of collecting evidence such as biological evidence. Also the importance of not to rely only on circumstantial evidence. In Angel's case, his alibi was never investigated, and even though he had provided DNA which was tested and never matched to the DNA collected from the rape kit, yet he was still wrongfully convicted. With today's technology advancements, I would have defended my exoneree by conducting a well-processed DNA testing. I would also state that his case was full of circumstantial evidence and the misidentification of a victim or eyewitness. I would also have to ask for the original statement made by my exoneree and compared it to the coerced confession. According to the Innocence Project False Confessions, it states how they have worked on establishing recording interrogations to prevent from any coercion happening and to help cases in court. I can also use this to defend my exoneree, as it can be proven that he was forced to sign a misinterpreted document which he was not aware was a confession due to his lack of English knowledge. Although wrongly imprisoned, Gonzalez used his time in prison to educate himself and learn skills. He also mentored and helped younger prisoners who spoke Spanish to learn English and get a good education.
I just want to thank you for all you
support